Hey there, welcome to the Working Man Sports Talk, where we like to talk to other working men about sports. And if you aren't a man, who cares? Welcome to the show. Guess what kicks off this week, starting tonight? College basketball is back, baby. College basketball is back, and it's going to be crazy, like it always is. Now, you're listening to us. I'm the sixth man, and I'm with my partner here, the analyst.
Hey, how's it going,
We,
guys?
and we love basketball.
Oh, we love it.
I think me more so on the college basketball level. You were more an NBA guy. I do tune into the NBA, but I think if I'm wrong, let me know.
No, you're not. I mean, I like college basketball, I like NBA, but I lean more towards I feel like NBA, but I still enjoy a good college basketball game.
Oh, it's going to be great. I mean, it's the holiday season's kicking in. It's going to be good holiday game matchups. Then we got the March Madness. It's all around. It's a great season, and I love it. You can tell I'm just getting excited about it. Before we get going, I want to look at some of the rankings here that we got, and we got number one being Kansas, which I can't say I disagree with that. And then you got Duke at number two. Number three, Purdue. Big Ten Purdue basketball. They play very old school. Do you agree?
I do. They're the type of team that's like, hey, we're gonna beat you down in the post. If you can't handle that, this is where it's gonna be at. But if you can outshoot them like with threes, anything like that, or just outplay them with speed, because they're not a fast team, you can definitely be. They're definitely beatable. That's one thing I noticed about college basketball is I know we're going over the rankings, but I feel like over the last 3 years, the rankings don't mean anything in the beginning of the season.
Well, it's probably every year they don't mean anything. This is just I mean, a couple of these do. Kansas, Duke, they're going to be ranked, but they could fall off too because it's college basketball. All kinds of crazy stuff happens. Michigan State, number four. I feel like Michigan State and Purdue will have some battles. It'd be pretty awesome. We got Marquette, number five. Number six, University of Connecticut, UConn. Number seven, Houston. Houston, really, really good basketball team. Do not sleep on them. Creighton, again, another really good basketball team. Super competitive, always in the tournament. It seems like having upsets that happen. Gotta love them. Tennessee, Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic at number 10. It was Tennessee at 9. Gonzaga back in it. And they don't have Drew Timme this year. Do you think they're still going to have an impact, or do you think they're going to fall out of the rankings pretty quick?
I think they're going to have an impact. They just got to find that guy who's going to be that leader that can take over the role of Drew Timme. Not saying that they need to have a center like him, but someone that's going to sit there and be that guy that's going to be like, all right, rally the team together. Just that guy that everyone can lean on. I don't know if they had that this year. That's something we just got to find out. I mean, Drew Timme was that guy for, 4 years?
Yeah. I mean, they got Nolan Hickman, who's pretty good.
I'm not saying I'm not doubting anyone, but I'm saying who's going to be that guy that they can rally around.
Yeah, and they almost got to recreate themselves. If you get, I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
because they had that identity for so long, and now it's like, well, we got to go back at it again. They're definitely going to be a fun team to watch. I don't know if they'll keep the ranking, but again, I don't know. Number 13, Miami. Number 14, Arkansas. Number 15, Texas A&M. Number 16, Kentucky. Man, if you know Kentucky basketball, they usually have really, 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 really good teams. Would you agree with that, or?
I agree. I would not be so surprised if you see them bump up in the top 10 here. I feel like 16 is a little bit too low for Kentucky, but
I mean, they weren't super great last year.
No, but the team that kind of shocks me that cracked the top 10 was Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, they're making moves out here. They're making moves. Yeah.
I want to see how that goes. I seriously do. What happens if they crack the top 5? Is everyone going to take them serious? I mean, they're number 10 right now, but I don't feel like they don't have that name behind them like a Gonzaga or a Arizona or a Kansas or North Carolina.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that can make them a wild card or a dark horse in all of this. They definitely can make some shockwaves. I do feel like with social media becoming more of a presence, and I've stated this multiple times in college basketball, that a lot of players who are not making it to maybe the Dukes or the North Carolinas or the Kentuckys are connecting, because they play these traveling leagues and high school leagues that they're connecting online and they're like teaming up going to these schools and they're competing. And we're seeing the bigger schools getting a run for their money, which is really exciting. This was making college basketball really good.
Oh, yeah.
Number 17, San Diego State. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Number 18, Texas. Yeah, Texas started off really good last year, and they made it, but things happen. Now then you got North Carolina at number 19. That team is very much up and down. They're never consistent, but when they do get consistent, they're almost unstoppable.
Yeah, you just never know about them.
I do got Baycott coming back this year, I believe, again. So, I mean, we'll just see what happens with North Carolina. We got Baylor at 20. The team that really has my eye is USC. They got LeBron James' son going over there.
Yeah, I'm more. I can't wait to see. What is it? Isaiah Collier, who's going to be the starting point guard.
They could seriously shock some teams. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be undefeated or anything.
And Boogie Ellis, like those two right there, they're both true freshmen, and they're going to be their starting backcourt, point guard and shooting guard. Right now, Bronny's out because he's still dealing with the whole cardiac arrest thing.
Oh, is he still out?
He is.
He will not be starting in the opening game.
He won't be starting. He won't be playing. He's out.
I did not know that. Do they know how long he's going to be out at all?
They don't. They don't know when he's going to be able to debut at all yet.
Wow. And they kick off their season tomorrow against Kansas State Wildcats, and I think that's going to be a really good game.
It could be. It really could be. I'm just like I said, I'm excited to watch Isaiah Collier coming and playing their point guard this year.
Yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be a good game. And then they got DJ Rodman too. Yeah, he is the son of Dennis Rodman. DJ Rodman, I'm excited to see. So we got LeBron James' son over there who won't be playing right away. But then you got DJ Rodman and the other players you named off too, which is, man, that's going to be a really exciting game. Hopefully I get to tune in for that one. I think Kansas State could possibly take it and upset them. The USC is a very young team too, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. As I said, I love college basketball because you just never know. And then number 22 is Villanova. This is back to the rankings. Number 23 is St. Mary's. Number 24, Alabama, which Alabama was heavily favored last year to take this thing. And then number 25, out the Big Ten, Illinois. So, again, these rankings don't mean much because when the season gets going, we already know it gets wild. I mean, teams that you think could be doing really good might not make it. Like North Carolina didn't even make the tournament last year. So, and they refused to go to the NIT.
And weren't they ranked number 1 at one point last year? I think it right from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And like you were saying, they don't mean much. But it's kind of cool to go over it because you see what they're coming in with the expectations, and then you see the team start dropping off. And people who don't actually know college basketball are in shock. But if you know how the landscape works, it's always moving, always changing.
Oh, yeah, always. It's nonstop. I have one question for you.
Yeah, hit me up.
Out of this list that you just named, if you had to pick one right now, I love doing early predictions. Who would you pick to take it all?
A healthy team, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I would say I'd be Houston, Kansas, Houston or Kansas, maybe even Duke. I don't know what Duke's really bringing though, but I would say Houston or Kansas. Who would you pick?
Well,
I'd like to say USC too, but I don't know how they're gonna play. But yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna gel either. Oh boy, I could go if they don't fall apart.
Who?
Alabama.
Okay.
And I like to also see. I can see Houston. Houston. I don't know, something about Houston. They killed it. They dominated last year.
They have a really good they have a really good basketball team. The problem is people started getting hurt.
Yep.
And that sadly that comes along with the landscape of this. They play a lot of games too. But so you're thinking who you say Houston and who else?
Houston and Alabama.
Alabama? Yeah. I mean, shoot. Could be. I mean, Tennessee could even make a run.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Arizona could make a run. These are teams of very good programs that are going to be at each other's throats. And it's kind of cool that I think Kentucky is going to be tested really early this year on their schedule as they have November 14th. So next week, they're going to be playing against Kansas.
Ooh.
Kansas. That's going to be a really good game.
That is.
Are there any specific team? I have a question for you. Is there any specific teams this year that you might be interested in that's really going to catch your attention that you'd be interested in watching?
I mean, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm always going to say the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Okay. For them, they need to recover because they didn't make the tournament last year, did they? I don't think they did.
No, I believe they did.
No. They were 16-19 last year. In the conference, they were 5 for 15. Dead last place was Minnesota Gophers at 2-17. 2-17 in conference play, 9-22 overall.
Must see the key have a bounce back, just dominate again.
Ohio State was a dominating force in the Big Ten. They definitely got to figure out what they got to do. It was very weird seeing them not being part of the big conversation. But we'll see what happens. I'm interested. I don't think they'll do much this year. I hope I'm wrong, but the Minnesota Gophers, a very young team, still trying to find their identity, who they are. And maybe this could be a growing year. Maybe finish middle of the pack, start working towards getting back to where they used to be with in the Rick Rickard days, and even when they made a run for the Final Four. I remember they were in the Final Four. They played, I think it was Mike Bibby, who was on Arizona's team.
A legendary Mike Bibby.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. I think this year is going to be really, really unpredictable. I mean, there's some years of college basketball where you're like, oh, I know this is going to happen.
Well, I'm saying, like, I felt like it was like that for like a long time. But like you said, with the whole social media being a big part in it, we don't know who's a true number one. What was it last year and the year before? We had like 10 different teams. I feel like they were just like we had a brand new number one team every week.
Yeah. It's constantly changing, and that's what makes it so exciting. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting year. And I guess we'll just see what happens as it kicks off. Again, like I said, tonight, they got a lot of games coming up. Let me name some of the games, some of the matchups that are coming up here. Hold on 1 second. So, yeah, the games kick off tomorrow at 5:30. You got UConn and Northern Arizona, Tennessee Tech and Tennessee, Samford and Purdue, North Carolina and Radford, Miami, Florida against NJIT. So these are a lot of beginning matchups of the small schools versus the big schools, and then it starts ramping up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like they do that every year.
They do it football, basketball. But the USC Kansas State game, though, that's not like that. I'm just saying that's different.
It might be. I guess we just got to wait and see. What time is that game? Tomorrow at 9 p.m.?
9 p.m. So probably out on the West Coast.
Nice.
San Diego.
That one.
What was that?
I want to see if I can kind of watch that one.
That'd be awesome. And then you got San Diego State playing against CSUF. Would that be something if Dartmouth took down Duke?
Oh, that would be insane.
I mean, you're storming the court. They would storm the court, but then like the first week of basketball, that'd be crazy.
If that happens, the head coach for Duke needs to be fired.
I mean, stranger things have happened, but man, here we are. Time is flying. We're in the middle of NFL football season, college football season, and the NBA is just ramping up. And then now we got college basketball, one of the best versions of basketball in the world, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, it's competitive.
It's competitive.
You get the fans, you got the school spirit going on. You get the smell of the fresh popcorn in the building. It's just fantastic just to be around. The energy is great.
It is. It is. Look at this game, November 10th. You got Ohio State and Texas A&M. And then you have Arizona and Duke. That's a number 2 versus number 12 seed, which could change by the first week. So, yeah, that's all I really have left to say about the college basketball season kicking off this week. I'm pretty excited about it. You're pretty excited about it. A lot of you guys are excited about it. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I got nothing, but let's go Ohio State.
Let's go Golden Gophers and Michigan State. Definitely got to see what those guys are going to be up to this year. All right, guys, I want to thank you for listening to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We want to hear what teams you're interested in seeing, and we want to hear about your excitement about college basketball. You hear from us soon.